Howdy people, I'm Marzi and welcome to my 2020 wrap up for books last year and my reading goals for 2021. How's everyone's new year been? Interesting? Yeah? Okay, good. It's been fun. Just to address the elephant in the room, an eye look, yes please. I was going somewhere when I put makeup on for this video. This isn't where I wanted to be, but this is where we ended up. Okay. we'll just appreciate it. It's fun. So in my trusty journal, I've written down a few of my goals for 2021. And well, let's just go through them, shall we? Okay. So the first one is to read 80 books. So that's what my Goodreads reading challenge goal is set to, 80 books. Last year in 2020, I read 73, and that's quite, that was lower than I thought it would be. Like I had only set it for my goal for 20 books because I wanted it to be easy and just get it quickly. So in 2019, I read 84 books, I believe, and then in 2018 I read 130. So I was, and especially since in 2020 I had a lot more time to read, but I ended up probably in like the biggest reading slump. I didn't want to read. It just seemed too daunting of a task, but it's not that hard. But yeah, it's hard to face. Anyway, so this year I wanted to make it 100 books, but I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself. It's supposed to be fun, but so I ended up just doing 80 books, which I think I can. I think I can reach. Well, it's supposed to be fun. We'll see if we get there or not. Anyway, so the second goal for 2021 for reading is to read mostly from my shelves, books that I already have on my bookshelf, and then limit library books and purchases. So I don't really want to spend too much money on purchases. I won't say like no buy or anything, but if there's something I really want, maybe like there are a couple books I wouldn't mind. Like there's the Taylor Jenkins Reid Malibu Rising, I think it's called, that comes out later this year. I wouldn't mind purchasing that, and also Angie Thomas's book Concrete Rose, which is the prequel to The Hate U Give. I would like to purchase that. I think it comes out in the next few days. So I have On the Come Up and The Hate U Give, so having the third one would be nice as well. And yeah, reading mostly from my shelves. Because of the 73 books I read in 2020, so I've just got this written down. So 73 books I read in 2020, 44 were library books, so you know, well over half, and another three were borrowed from friends, and then that leaves 26 books from my actual shelves. 7 of those 26 were rereads. And then 13 of the 26 I bought in 2020, whether it be a brand new book or secondhand book I bought, and then I also read that in 2020. So I thought 13 I bought and read in 2020. 1 was a free ARC, and then there were 5 books that I read in 2020 that were already on my TBR before 2020. Only 5. And that might seem like a fine number to you, but I have, and I counted, I have 128 unread books on my shelves, okay? 128. Oh my goodness. So definitely, even though I love borrowing from the library, it's an excellent resource, I want to try and limit that. So because I have 128 books on my shelves, and I want to read a minimum of 58 books from my shelves that are unread. So I can do rereads if I want, but I want to read 58 unread books from my shelves. We'll see if we can do it. And then I had also a goal number 4 is I would like to read or complete monthly thematic TBRs. So I've got my whole year planned out in monthly TBRs, like just a bit of fun to keep me kind of motivated. We'll see if it works. So I know in March I want to do Mammoth March, I think it's called, and I want to read The Count of Monte Cristo, which is like 1,200 pages, and I've had it on my shelf since 2013, I think I bought it, and I still haven't read it because it's huge, but I know I'm going to like it. Like, I've heard great things and I love the movie, but the book will be good. So I want to like really tackle that and have fun with that, along with a few other different ones during the months. And then also the other goal I have is to read one non-fiction book per month. So I think two favorite books of mine in 2020 were non-fiction, surprisingly. I don't read a lot of non-fiction. It's mostly fiction books, but yeah, two of my favorites were non-fiction. So that's exciting. And yeah, so they're my goals for 2021 for reading. So, but my January TBR, I have some library books from 2020 that I borrowed in December or November, December, and I did not read much at all in November, December. I think I read 3 books altogether, which is, pretty low for me. So anyway, these are the books I have from the library, and I don't know, it's a big ask, but I'll try. I'm feeling really good at the moment about reading, so I'm going to try and read as many as I can before the end of January, so that I can kind of start February reading from my shelves. We'll see. So the first book is True Story. Let's see if you can see that. Ooh, the sun's on it. By Kate Reed Petty, and this I have started it. I'm about a third of the way through, and I'm tabbing as well. It's a library book, but I'm still tabbing because I'm getting really angry. It's told from different perspectives in different formats, so emails, letters, plays, essays. It's really interesting, and it's about the 90s, I believe, late 90s, early 2000s. There's some high school kids, and a girl gets sexually assaulted, but the people who committed the assault, it's told from both of their perspectives, and it's really interesting. So I'm looking forward to continuing reading that. Yeah, so far so good. And then the next book I have, this is a non-fiction. The True Story one is fiction, but yeah. So I've got a non-fiction, Go Ask Alice by Anonymous. And this is from the 1960s, and I've heard lots about it. So I borrowed it from the library, and it's this is a diary of a young girl growing up in 60s America. So it's like, it talks about experimenting with drugs and free love and like those things. So it's in diary format. So I'm looking forward to finally reading that. That'll be my non-fiction for the month. Also, actually, I do have another non-fiction, Fed Up by Gemma Hartley. And this is a book about the emotional labor that women carry through relationships and families and things like that. So all the hidden behind the scenes things that are unpaid and underappreciated, but they keep things running smoothly. This load that women carry, and investigates that. So I am intrigued to read that as well. And then the next book that I have is A Few Right Thinking Men by Solari Gentile. This is a murder mystery series. This is the first in the series, and this is about a man. It's Australian, set in Australia in the 1930s, and there's a gentleman named Roland Sinclair, and he's from an affluent and influential family. And I'm guessing that, the 1930s were a tumultuous time, with the depression and everything. So I guess it describes lots of luxury and stuff that other people weren't experiencing. And he investigates some different conspiracies and mysteries and things. So I am very excited to read this. The cover is epic, so looking forward to that. And then another one that, which is a recent from last year, I think it was released, is Deb Coletti's Girl Unframed. I read A Heart in the Body in the World beginning of 2020. It feels like a million years ago, but I read that and loved it. So when I saw that this was a new release, I put my name down on a hold for the library. And I think it's about, I'm not quite sure what it's about, but I think it's about a girl. She goes to live with her mom or stepmom or something. I don't know. But there's a murder or something that happens, or an incident. I'm not sure if it's murder, incident that happens, and the girl looks like she did it, but she's being framed, so Girl Unframed. So we shall see how that goes, but super interesting. Can't wait for that one, especially Deb Coletti, like the Heart and Body in the World. Heart in the Body, wait, hang on. A Heart in a Body in the World, yeah, okay. That was beautiful. And then this is I'm influenced by Ariel Bissett for this one. So The Innocents by Michael Crummy. And this is about a brother and sister in Canada. Turn of the century? I'm not sure. But in Newfoundland, a brother and sister, and they have to, their parents aren't, something's happened to their parents and they have to fight to survive and stuff. So really intrigued for that one as well. And again, another stunning cover. Oh my goodness. And then let's see, I've got so many. I'm a little bit worried, but I'm excited about all of them. And then we have Jennifer Weiner's Big Summer. So this is her latest release as well. I have Mrs. Everything by her on my shelves. I've not read it, but I want to. And I think this is a good summer read, hence Big Summer. But I think it's about, two best friends, and then they end up not being, years go by, they're not friends, and then someone lands in hot water later, and the best friend, she calls on the ex-best friend to help her. So, okay, awesome. And then the last library book, we're getting nearly there, is The Boys Club by Erica Katz. This is new in 2020 as well. And it's about a woman who gets a job at a corporate Manhattan law firm, and she thinks all her dreams have come true. However, beneath the glossy veneer of the company, dark secrets are lurking. So her colleagues are like on drugs and sleep under their desks, and there's a history of sexual harassment in the workplace. And so again, super pumped to read this. So that's only, I don't know how many books that is, but far out. It's eight library books to pump out. No, not pump out, but enjoy. And then two books that, I always read Ready Player One in January, and by Ernest Cline. I don't know how it happened, but I think this is the 4th year that I've read it in January. It's now a tradition. I have to keep it up. But I've read it already in like a week ago. It's a fun read. I always zoom through it. It's just fun. I give it 5 stars just because all the nostalgia makes me very happy. There's different problems with it, but I really like it. So then, at the end of 2020, I bought Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline, the sequel to Ready Player 1. I finished reading it. I read it after Ready Player 1. It's baloney. I give it 2 stars. I don't know why he wrote it, but he did, and I read it, and I don't know how to. It just seemed really rushed and not well written, There was things that in the plot that just didn't make sense. It was very info dumpy, where I just was reading descriptions of descriptions, and I was just getting a bit bored and kind of zooming, like skipping bits. And it didn't matter if I skipped bits, it was fine. So yeah, it just didn't live up to my expectations of the first one. And also, like, there's different, so when they're in the Oasis, the video game, there's different worlds in the video game they go to, and there's one that's John Hughes inspired, and it's lots of different places in the John Hughes films. I love John Hughes films, and Ernest Cline managed to make John Hughes not awesome. Okay, well, I've always liked Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink and God, all the other movies, or Weird Science, 16 Candles. I love all of those, and he managed to write about them and make me not that excited about it. So cool. I'm trying not to spoil anything for anyone, but yeah, so that wasn't great. So that was a quick, that was on my TBR as well. Ready Player 1 and 2, read those, and I'm glad I read them. So that's what I wanted to do in January. TBR, reading goals done. A ton of library books to read, but then I also have, we're nearly finished, bit of reading book mail that I got today. What I have here in book mail is Transcendent Kingdom by Yaa Gyasi. She wrote Homegoing, I keep going to say Homecoming, Homegoing, and then this is her new release, and I am very excited. I bought it at the very end of December 2020, so I just got it today in the mail, and it looks fantastic. I can't remember what it's about. I did read about it before I bought it, but if it's anything like Homegoing, I can't wait to read it. And this cover is amazing. So yeah, that's it, guys. Yeah, that's everything done for this video, and I'll keep updating you, and I hope you have a lovely day and good 2021. You know, fingers crossed. All right, peace and love. Bye.